You got a little win against Nottingham Forest. Jesse Lingard and them, man.
Yeah, I mean
3-1. You got in.
Hey, Kane scores 2 goals.
Hey, you got to beat what's in front of you.
Back to 20 goals on the year. I think
For
he's
what,
one
though?
of 3 players to have 20 Premier League goals.
And what to show
6
for
years
it.
for 6 times. But yeah, it's
What does
just
he
like,
have to show?
I don't know.
for
It's
I mean, when nobody's helping you out, then
Not a
20 goals doesn't really do much.
thing.
Like,
it just
Song
feels, it
has a
feels
very
empty.
quiet year this year. And
He has had a very quiet year.
Richardlinson has been
Is trash.
nowhere. And then they have Kulusevski.
Is
Kulusevski plays well.
He plays
trash.
well, but like,
Plays well.
does he score like a lot of goals? You know,
I
like
don't know, but I'd like to see his assist because
Yeah.
he sets up a lot of it.
whatever happened to Lucas Moura too. You know, like he was.
Yo, that's a good question.
he was doing well for a
Hey.
while.
They did him dirty. They
How
did
so?
him dirty. Because I don't know if you remember, they lost to Liverpool in the Champions League final. And the game before, Kane was out injured, and he scored a hat trick against.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
forgot who it was.
that was a crazy.
And then
that was crazy.
after that game, I think it was Ajax. Yeah, they played Ajax that year in the semis. That was a really good Ajax team, by the way, too.
I think I remember that.
But-
My dad loves Ajax.
Yeah, so Kane was like just trying to get healthy for the final.
Mm.
So the talk was always like, oh, what do? Do you stick with the informed Mora who just coming off a hat trick, he's flying, or do you like put Kane back
Tried
in the
and true.
final, even though he's probably not at 100%? And like for the club, I think they play Kane because they know if you don't play him,
I'm out of here.
yeah, he's gonna be like, are you crazy? I'm
Nah, I'm
leaving.
outta here.
What? But at the same time,
Hey.
I feel like
Shot themselves in the foot.
they did him dirty, and after that game, like I feel like Mora hasn't played for Tottenham since.
Tottenham. Tottenham is a very interesting case study.
Yeah, it's like what's wrong? Like, how do you even fix it? Because they've had the players. They've had some incredible players walk through there in like the last 15
Let's get into
years.
it. Manager
Between
one.
like
How do
Gareth
you fix
Bale, Luka Modric,
How do you fix Tottenham?
Harry Kane.
You have all the money in the world. You just bought Tottenham. Your brand new club. You're walking around the grounds. How do you fix this club?
And they have one of like the nicest facilities in the country.
Yeah, people always say
between
that. Yeah.
The new stadium and their training facilities.
Very nice.
yeah,
to be mediocre.
So
So how
for
does
me,
manager
watching
Rodriguez do this?
Tottenham, they play with a 3-back most of the time, with like, and I don't really think their defenders are that good for them to be playing with the 3-back.
Mm.
I think a 3-back only really works well when you're playing like 3 very, very solid center. Well, it's like 3 very, very solid defenders, or you also have wing backs as well too, you know. And it looks like Tottenham doesn't really do that. They don't play
Yeah.
with wing backs. They play just a solid 3-back, and I don't think Eric Dyer, Christian Romero, and Lenglet are good enough to be just holding down basically their whole defense, you know.
So first
Yeah,
change is
so-
formation.
I agree with him, but I say the manager because that's a very Conte style. He usually plays with 3 in the back. It's kind of what he did at Inter, what he did at Juventus, I believe. And
What
even
does it
at
say about
Chelsea,
him that he can't?
huh?
But
Switch
if
it
you're a
up?
manager, you
No,
adapt
but
to what you have.
that's
You
what I'm
can't just
saying, like,
play like
I-
whatever
I
you
hear
want to
that.
play.
This
That's-
is what I play.
That's kind
regardless
of been
players.
his thing. It's kind of been like, I do this. This is what works for me. And this
But
is,
does it work
this
for
is
the
what's
team?
helped me win.
But you're
So-
not winning.
Yeah, I don't think he's that comfortable deviating from that style. But that's also why I don't believe he's like the right manager for Tottenham.
Okay, so manager Nick, you're firing Conte. Your start to fixing whatever problems you're having. Your start is firing Conte. Your start is formation change or bringing formation change to him. If he's not willing to change, do you then look for a new coach?
I mean, first thing is first. I think like obviously trying a different formation. I don't think like just specifically sticking to the same formation every game is good for
I completely agree.
for any team. You have to like switch it up, and like you might be shocked by how well your team plays in certain formations and stuff, and you can give other players like obviously they're all pro, like they're all very good players. Like give other players an opportunity to be able to play and shine, you know.
And then the thing is, you might see like some players play better in a certain position. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of play with it. And then what does it say about you that you can't adapt?
Exactly.
Like what, you know?
If I'm Conte right now, I'm trying my hardest to have Kulusevski, Richardson, Song, and Kane on the field at once, and that never happens. So like, I think that they might need to switch up the formation a little bit to try to make that happen, you know? Because I think even Song can probably play like in a 10 position, you know? Like I think
I
he
can
has
see that.
10 qualities, you know? I don't know.
All right, so do you think you need new personnel as well? Do we have the players we need?
I mean, by looking at their
If not,
roster,
what do we
I'm like,
need?
all right, they have Ivan Perisic on the bench. I think he's
Which
very,
is a
very
little
solid
crazy.
player. Like, even for
Yeah.
Croatia, I was like, this guy's still
Solid.
very, very good, even though he's like 33, 34 years old. They have Lucas Moura as well, too. And Don Juma is like a solid center forward / winger. He can play either one. So, I mean, maybe like a new midfielder or something, but I think they have a pretty solid squad, if I were to say.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm like so dismayed or concerned. It's like it seems like the players are there, so I'm thinking maybe it's on the manager, and he just doesn't seem like he's very Tottenham style. Where Tottenham in the past, I feel like was a team that was almost like you see Tottenham as a team that wins games like 4-2. You know, they're like always going forward, creating chances, very offensive. Sometimes to the detriment where like they're letting in so many goals. You know, like Tottenham, the past you see the team that like ties games like 3-3 type of ordeal. But I don't know. I think it starts with Conte.
So manager,
Yeah.
because manager brings a new mindset, new formations,
Mm-hmm.
new attitude to the club.
New ideas, new perspective.
Yeah, so it sounds like we got to the bottom of that. Conte's not the guy.
Not if they want to like consistently finish in the top 4 and compete for the league. I don't think so.
I mean, judging by stuff the last couple of years, they don't want to. That's a good question. Do they want to?
Yeah.
We can't tell.
But more than just Conte, they've been through a bunch of managers in the last.
No, but we're talking about like right now, though.
Yeah, I know, but like in the last 5 years, it's like how have they
Just because
not
he's
come
not the
away
guy
with
doesn't
one
mean.
trophy though. You know what I mean? They've had a bunch of really, and I'm not even saying Conte's like a bad manager or anything. He's a winner. He's won everywhere he's gone. Like
Except Tottenham.
I was in the even Mourinho. Mourinho was there.
Serial
not too long
mediocrity.
ago.
They just, I don't know what it is about the club.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting. They can't seem to like, I guess, fully ever pull it together.